Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Vortie here, and we're going to be doing a quick video on the new updates from the actual announcement that was released to us earlier today by the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius team. I'm just going to cover a few things. There's a lot of exciting things to talk about, but I'm just going to kind of let the time speak for itself as they are announced a little bit closer and they're coming out. This stuff is occurring on June 15th's maintenance, which means it's going to start June 15th in the evening and then June 16th in the morning. All of these things are going to become available to us, so that's kind of how that's going. So with that being said, we're going to go and cover the first thing that I think most people are kind of asking and wondering what's going on. Warrior of Light 6-star. Yes, he's really being released, and they use the term very near future, and just before they switched off into the next topic, he said this month meaning June, right? That's what they mean by this month, and I'm sure you guys figured that as well if you watched the video. If you didn't watch the video, it'll be linked into the comment section below, and as always guys, I highly encourage you guys to subscribe to the Final Fantasy community, like actual account for Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, because that's a good place to get your information as well. The more of us that sub there, the more they're going to be providing information to us to kind of keep us in the loop. Alright, coolios. Now, the big hitters. So we're just going to talk about the real big hitters really quickly. The really big one is Tilith 6-star is actually going to be coming out right away after the maintenance, which is fantastic. If you do have Tilith, then congratulations on having one of the most OP, most powerful healers in the game for a very long time to come. If you don't have them, don't worry, you'll have a chance, I believe, because a banner will be live around that time as well to try and maybe get your hands on Tilith, as well as some of the other units that are going to be coming out around that time. So I wish you the best of luck with that. I will probably do a poll or two for her, because she is definitely a monster to be reckoned with. So if I do get my hands on her, I'll be very happy. But we'll cover that later on when the banner does come out. The other thing is, which is something I was waiting for personally, the announcement of the next collaboration event. Okay, so the next collaboration event is Brave Frontier Part 2, and with that is where Tilith 6-star comes, as well as Maxwell's 6-star. So if you don't know about Maxwell, the last boss in Brave Frontier was Maxwell, and if you beat them by summoning Diablos during that fight and was able to beat Maxwell, you actually got Maxwell for free, which is really cool. At the time when this event was going on, I was actually really new to the game, and there's no way I was able to beat Maxwell or be able to complete that challenge. So I'm looking forward to this collaboration myself to be able to get that. With that brings Maxwell's 6-star, which is going to make Maxwell very beastly actually. And if you have two Maxwells, meaning your Maxwell and a friend Maxwell, there's a bunch of different technical mechanics you can kind of like take advantage of, where they're literally like feed off of each other, kind of like how the Orlandus feed off of each other when they attack. They boost their limit burst gauges really quickly when you have like 2 or 3 or 4. It's kind of as well, but this is with Maxwell. You can literally almost spam her, what do you want to call it, their limit burst, which is really interesting. But that's something that it's kind of like, you're just going to pay attention to it and you can get it to work. So that's going to be the big part about that. The Brave Frontier Part 2 will be introducing a new badass, which I believe is going to be the what do you call it, the poster boy, Vargas, something like that. I don't find him too intriguing, not yet. He did get some global exclusive buffs to him, and they're kind of saying he's going to become the next physical AoE damage dealing boss. He's going to be the best, but like, honestly, being a 5-star and going for that, I'm not really sure how much use for it I'm personally going to have. But again, once the banner comes around, we'll take a look at him. We'll have a gander to see exactly what kind of changes are on his plate and see if he's really worth the hype. The one thing I could tell you right off the bat, his TM is like 130, if I remember correctly, 130 damage, and it's a fire element damage. So that's the good and the bad news. The good news is it does a lot of damage. The bad news is it's a fire element damage weapon, so if you do fight a fire immune boss, you're going to be a little bit SOL on that. Alright, so that is going to be that, as well as the return of the other characters that were during that series, which were going to be Carl, Saria, I believe her name is, or Saria, Elza. All of those will be in the banner as well with him, I believe, as well as Carl, Saria, and Elza also got their enhancements alongside in this next batch of enchantments, which is Ace, Cloud of Darkness, Furion, Jake, And then those 3 units I just mentioned, Karl, Saria, and Elza, that's going to be coming on the 15th maintenance, which is going to be the 16th for us global players in the morning. Those will be live, and the Warrior of Light 6-star will be at the end of the month, more than likely, when the second batch of new units come out as well. I don't think he'll be the only one released. I'm sure there's going to be a few other units in that batch as well. So it's going to be really, really good. Overall, that's kind of the information. As far as the enhancements, Ace gets a lot of enhancements. One's for his Tri-Beam, which are impeccable. If you do have him, you should probably focus on those quickly, because he does have a very, very powerful enhancement for his Tri-Beam. Cloud of Darkness, I didn't look too much into her yet, so I'll figure that out later. But Furion gets the enhancements we've been waiting for, where I think it's his Legend Hunter or whatever it's called. He unlocks Demon Killer and Human Killer, which is really huge for him, and they're 100% killer effects you can get on him, as well as his Fin Triage, or whatever you want to call it, his big move, the move that you use him to attack with. That also gets an enhancement where he'll do even more damage. And again, when these enhancements are announced in-game, I will make a video talking about them, especially for Furion and Ace. Those guys are badass, but this is a chance for a lot of you to get some staple TMs from like Karl, who had an amazing TM that a lot of people could use for their hybrid characters. And again, we will cover all of those when the banner is announced, and we'll talk about the units themselves. Alright, cool. So, the big thing, or the next big thing really here, is a lot of you guys have made mistakes and had lots of questions about, are we ever going to get the Esper reset button? Are we ever going to get it? Well, yes we are. It has been answered, our prayers have been answered, and it's going to be a part of the 1-year anniversary update, right? That's what I'm saying, and hopefully you're listening carefully. It's the 1-year anniversary update. So that is one of the features that's being added, and they said there's many more features being updated, and they're going to be talking about these new many features during E3. So if you don't know, for Square Enix, what do you call it? Final Fantasy Brave Exvius actually has 2 slots, which is huge. Very rarely do you have like a mobile game, let alone any other game, have 2 slots during their E3 presentations to talk about their game. So this is very huge for us as a community, very huge for those who are enjoying Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. We're going to be getting a lot of information, what's going on with them. All right, so that's really, really, really big. At this point, we don't really know what all the features are, but we know that they're going to be doing the Esper reset, allowing us to reset it. They haven't said if you can do it more than 1 time, but I'm pretty sure if they implement it, they will allow you probably to reset as many times as you want. They might give you a free one, and then they'll say, you know, for 100 lapis you can reset it again, right? So that way, if you want to change it or whatever, and you make a mistake again, you will be able to, by allowing you the first one being for free. So something like that might happen, but again, we will talk about that when it's actually announced in E3. And if you have the privilege or the chance to actually watch E3 and kind of pay attention to what they're talking about for the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius windows, you'll be probably one of the few people who will find out right away. Otherwise, you could be the rest of us who are working and we don't have time to do it. We'll find out after it hits the news, whether it's on Reddit or on another platform, right? So, a lot of cool things coming out here for Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I'm super excited to be actually playing Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and also being able to hear from them that they're actually listening to the community and they're actually adding and changing things that we're looking for. I mean, like, if you guys haven't noticed, earlier this month when we had our update in the maintenance, as you can see, I have 144 energy right now. They gave 130 energy added into it to kind of be accustomed to where the Japanese version is for their energy, but we're getting these changes that are implementing the quality of life into the game to make it easier for us, and it's exactly what we're looking for. As a community, we want those things. Like, look, they added the trial boss, base energy increased by 30. They also fixed Ariana's Grande's mastery, just mastery stacking and stuff like that, and various minor bugs. But that's some of the stuff that they're changing continuously. So what they're going to announce and say to us is going to be pretty huge if they're saving it for E3. Like, if they're going to go to E3 and say, oh yeah, we're going to do this, and it's going to be super lame, that's a waste of your E3 window. And I think they have like an hour or hour and a half per window to talk. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge, okay? I don't even know how many times more I can say it, but it's going to be massive. We're going to find out a lot of crazy things. E3 is going to be happening on June 14th. I think it's 13th, 14th, or 14th and 15th is when they have their windows. That's when we're going to find out more information. Make sure you come back to the channel here. I will be covering all of that here and letting you guys know exactly what I've found out, or kind of collecting all of the information around all the sources and putting it in one location for you guys so you can find out. Alright? Please let me know how you guys feel about this information in the comment section below. And one question I actually want to ask you guys. Do you have Tilith? Do you have Maxwell? Do you have Ace? Do you have Elza? Because those characters really are going to be getting the treatment, this buff, or this what do you call it, update that we know of so far as of the 16th. 6 stars for those guys, as well as enhancements for them. It's going to be huge. So let me know if you guys have those in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about them. Have you farmed enough heavy Chris, or what do you want to call them, Al Chris, and all those Chris that you need to be able to enhance them? If not, how sad are you that you don't have all those? Alright guys, anyways, good news is coming on its way. We're going to find out a lot more. Stick around for future content, and stick around in the channel so you can find out exactly everything that's going to be happening on E3 and going to the end of June, as well as the 1-year anniversary, what's coming up. You can get all that information here on our channel. So stick around for that. This is Vortie, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out of here. Peace!
I said it.